Hola amigos, bienvenidos a Guitarra Iva. Hoy tengo el placer, inmenso placer de estar aquí con Pete Thorn, que es, bueno, toda una referencia y muchos de vosotros lo conocéis. Se define a sí mismo como un friki de la guitarra. Es para muchos que ya veis Guitarra Iva una referencia en inglés. Y nada, bueno, vamos a hablar un poco con él acerca de su carrera y acerca de todo, que estoy seguro que los queréis conocer. Hello Pete, how are you?
Good, Carlos. Thanks for having me. Thanks to Guitarra Viva. Happy to be here. Yeah.
It's totally a pleasure for us to have you here because you're a reference, a guitar hero. A lot of people look at you and say, "Oh, I want to play like Pete." It's totally a reference.
Oh, you're too kind. Thank you. I'm glad anybody cares to listen to what I do. So thank you.
How and when did you start playing guitar?
Oh man, it was I was about 10 years old. It was the early 80s, and yeah, it was a dawn of great guitar playing, an explosion of, Van Halen had just come out and all this kind of, it was the records that were coming out around the time I started were like, Purple Rain and 1984 by Van Halen, and then, it was just like good records coming out one after the other. So it was a real great time in music, I felt like, and an exciting time to start playing guitar.
What advice will you give to those young guitarists who go into the music industry and become a guitar hero like you are?
Oh man, well, you got to kind of go your own way these days, I think. When I look at the guitar players that are sort of breaking out and doing their own thing, somebody like Mateus Sassado is a great young guitar player that's so fantastic, and he really has his own sound and style that's instantly identifiable. It's him. When you hear him play, you know it's him. Or when I think of somebody like Matt from Muse, the band Muse, he's got such a unique thing sonically, and then guitar players from the past maybe 10, 20, 30 years. When I think of somebody like Tom Morello, a real standout, you knew it was him because of the way he used a few simple effects and the type of parts he wrote and played, with the whammy pedal and a very, very singular, interesting sound. So I would say, in order to become a guitar player that really stands out from the crowd, go your own way and do something unique with it, like those folks, that would be develop your own sound, and obviously just play. And I also can't emphasize enough the importance of having a good attitude and being a good person, being the kind of people that other people want to work with, being a nice person and, working hard and always maintaining as positive an attitude as possible. That'll really help you to go a long way if you want to have a career in music and play the guitar.
When did you start on YouTube? And how YouTube changed your career? Okay, I know that you are a great guitarist, but I think YouTube maybe has make you more famous to the world.
Absolutely. It was kind of an accident, really. Just going way back, I worked in music stores a lot when I was young, so I had a background I was always interested in the gear. I always liked amps and guitars and pedals and all this stuff. I was always really into that. And so I worked in music shops, and I bought a lot of guitar magazines back in the day. Did a lot of research into how to get guitar sounds and things like that. I was really interested in the sounds and the gear. And I guess what happened with YouTube was I also taught guitar, I should mention. I taught lessons when I was when I was around 17 years old. I had maybe like 35 students a week. So I was teaching a lot of people. So when YouTube came along, it was really kind of a happy accident that I put out some videos that seemed to connect with people, like some lesson videos and things like that, as well as some of the early kind of gear demo things that I was doing. I didn't really know what I was doing. I just thought, I got this nice piece of gear from this company. Maybe I'll try and, do them a nice favor and record it well and then put it on YouTube, since I have this YouTube channel and I didn't know what to do with it. So what ended up happening when I look back on it is I combined my guitar playing, because I've been a guitar player for a long, session player and in bands and touring and stuff like that for a long time up till that point when I really started on YouTube around 2006 or 7. But with YouTube, I was able to combine my guitar playing career with my teaching that I'd done in the past, as well as with some of the experience that maybe I'd gained working in music stores and about my knowledge about equipment and things like that. And I just kind of put it all together into one thing, and that sort of became my little niche on YouTube, I guess.
What do you prefer most? You prefer most playing live, playing or recording?
You know, it's a balance for me. Like if I do too much of one, I get, I spend too much time in the studio and I'll really miss playing live in front of people. If I spend all my time out on the road, I really just want to get back and write some songs and bury myself in the studio for a while. So I find it's good to have a balance of live playing, playing in the studio, making music with other people, making music by yourself. Sometimes you need some quiet time to just practice. It's good to have a balance.
How do you record your guitars? You are still using amps, or you think that technology and software is enough to record all your amps and things for artists, or where you want to record?
Well, I mean, like if I take my new album, for example, I've got an album out called Pete Thorn 2. Please check it out. It's everywhere now. But there's a song on there, for instance, second track on the record called L'Avenir. And that song starts out with a tone that a lot of people said, how'd you get that sound? It's a really great, just kind of crunchy, cool rock rhythm guitar sound. It's a plug-in, actually. So I use a Universal Audio plug-in, actually, for it. And the reason for that was when I was tracking the drums with my friend Kurt Pescara in my studio, I just needed to plug in and get a good guitar sound quickly. And, I was mostly concentrating on the drums. So I dialed up a sound on a plug-in amp, and that's what I used sort of just to get a scratch guitar part down while his drums were going down. And I listened to it later, and I thought, that sounds great. Why am I going to mess with that sound? So I just went back, kind of dialed in a little bit more and played the part again, but using the same plug-in. So, there's that. And then there's all the way through to a song on the record, like Kyushu Blues, let's take for example. That one, I played my old Strat with my Shure SL68, a treble booster, and into a 412 with old 1978 Marshall Blackback speakers in it. All the way from the plug-in to the amp. It's all valid if it sounds good to me. You can get great results a whole bunch of different ways these days. Could be out of a tube guitar amp, it could be out of a plug-in, and as long as the music's good at the end of the day, I think it's okay. It's just options.
And what's your favorite? What kind of Universal Audio stuff are you using, and would you recommend to those people who want to record his sound at his home or his personal studio?
Yeah, I mean, you can go all the way from their little Aero interface up to the full-on Apollo 8, Thunderbolt, or even I think they've got interfaces with 16 ins now. It all sounds really good. I have a Twin at home, Apollo Twin, the little one, and I use that a lot, and I use that for a bunch of tracks on the record. But I also have an 8P in my studio, which is great because sometimes I want to be able to do drums and hook up 7 or 8 microphones and do that kind of thing. So basically, I would recommend just getting the interface that you can afford that meets your needs. And then as far as the plugins and stuff go, I actually have my own signature plugin now with them, the PT100 amplifier plugin that was developed in conjunction with Brainworks and Shure and Universal Audio. So I love that. They killed it. It just sounds great, I think. A lot of the other plugins I use on a regular basis are like the new Century Tube channel strip. Actually, I've been using a lot. It sounds great for just a great mic pre and recording anything from acoustic guitar to DI bass and all kinds of stuff. The Neve 1073 is great mic pre. I use the SSL channel strip plugin a lot as well. I think it's an E-Series channel strip plugin. I'll use that when I'm mixing quite a bit. LA2A sounds beautiful. Or LA2A. I use the LA2A Gray plug-in. That's the one I like, and I use that on bass guitar, acoustic guitar, vocals all the time. So those are some good ones. I could go on and on and on, but if you haven't checked out the Ocean Way Studios plug-in too, that's an incredible ambience. It's basically they've sort of sampled the rooms at Ocean Way Studios, and you can put whatever your instrument is in one of those rooms and kind of recreate that sound on your recording. So it's pretty cool.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the time.
And thanks for having me do this. I really appreciate it. And hope to see you over. You're based in Spain, is that right? Yeah, I hope to get back to Spain sometime. I haven't been there for a little bit, but I toured there I was all over that country, and I had a terrific time there. So back in maybe 10, 15 years ago was the last time I was there, but it was so great.
So how to come to Spain and call me, and you can come to Guitarroiva.
Okay, let's do it. That sounds good. Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.